According to Mirror UK News on February 4th, 2012, the average person sleeps about 26 years of their lives. But that's not always the case because there's people who are not able to sleep. Lack of sleep is known as sleep deprivation. College students do not know the negative effects of having no sleep, and the average student should be sleeping about 8 to 10 hours. After doing research and being a college student, I can prove that I have experienced sleep deprivation. And learning more about sleep deprivation can give you a better understanding why why sleep is important and why it's bad. And first, I'll be talking about what sleep deprivation is, how can it be caused, and what it does. And then I'll be talking about the physical effects, and lastly, I'll be talking about the mental effects. So what is really sleep deprivation? It's just mainly the lack of sleep. And the main reason why people lose sleep is probably like personal obligations and work they have to do. The biggest target of people who lose sleep are college students because they are busy doing homework, studying, or having a job as well. Other things that keep us from sleeping are probably hanging out with our friends or having our phone out at night or just simply watching a movie. Not having sleep affects your health, gives you low performance, and changes your mood. In the book Power Sleep by Dr. John B. Mass, it states that if you sleep 1/3 of your life, it'll create better creativity, productivity, perception, and good health. And but basically, if you just lose sleep, your academics can be at stake, and so is your social life. Sleep is often underestimated because it's usually seen as being lazy or unmotivated. But college students usually pull these famous all-nighters, and they think they're actually helping. Like when they're studying, they actually think that they're going to have to process everything they learned, but they actually don't. And according to USA Today, on June 6, 2014, academic failures often happen because of poor grades, because students don't get enough sleep. And they also stated that binge drinking and smoking marijuana is equal to showing up to school with no sleep. And students have said before that showing up to class hungover or showing up to class before, they smoke marijuana before showing up to class, they feel much better than showing up to class after having no sleep. And the biggest target of this situation are college freshmen because they're used to sleeping really late, and they're used to sleeping really late, and they not used to the whole having, well, I don't know. But they think that staying up late actually helps them, actually helps their studies, but actually troubles them. Now that I talked about what sleep deprivation is and what it causes and how it's caused, now we talk about the physical effects. People don't really see the real situation of physical effects until they actually see it like on themselves. People think that lack of sleep only causes like bags under their eyes, but it's actually more. It can either be weight gain or weight loss. And lack of sleep can give you also lack of motivation to do anything, and your body needs to be strong, but it's usually tired and slow when you don't sleep. And concentration is really hard, and it's mainly lost, and energy is also lost, and it actually your immune system actually weakens, and your driving stability also can be at stake because you're too tired and you're not really concentrated, so it can actually cause an accident, you putting yourself in danger and others. And according to Healthline, August 19, 2014, lack of sleep also causes chronic health problems and can impact your life negatively. Your respiratory immune system, like I said before, actually are affected, and it can actually cause you breathing problems, and you can actually get type 2 diabetes for having no sleep. And your body needs to, while it's sleeping, it actually heals any wounds you may have, and you need to sleep in order to grow. And not getting enough sleep can actually cause high blood pressure, or heart disease, and maybe even a stroke. And at some sad cases, actually can cause death if you actually lose a lot of sleep. Now that I talked about the physical effects of sleep deprivation, now I'll talk about the mental effects. The mental effects of sleep deprivation is actually involved in every age, and a really huge risk is depression. And depression can cause insomnia, which causes you to have 6 hours of sleep or less, or in other cases, actually 10 hours of sleep or more, and that's actually very dangerous as well, and very unhealthy. And when you're depressed, your body usually feel tired, and you don't want to do anything, and you actually spend your time and probably in class, you just want to just go home and be asleep. And you had to really have an interaction with people, and you can actually drop your grades, and you actually live in this bubble. According to University Health Center on January 11, 2016, stress and anxiety are actually crucial factors. People are already stressed and because to pass classes, but it's actually having no sleep actually causes more, and you get certain behaviors, and you can't sleep actually due to the stress you have created, and anger is also caused, and it actually risks your academics. And now that I talked about the physical effects, now I'll be finishing off. Learning more about sleep deprivation can give you a better understanding of why sleep is important and the negative effects of it. First, I talked about what sleep deprivation is, and then I talked about the physical effects of it, and lastly, I talked about the mental effects. So, sleep is very essential to life, so embrace it.